We've got one more week to go until the biggest game of the summer drops, and even though we're just 1 week away, we've got some big new information to go over pertaining to those playing on the PS5, along with a look at the game's achievement list, game content, future Black Myth games, and more. If the game's recent trailer and newly revealed information is anything to go by, Black Myth Wukong is absolutely massive, jam-packed with more enemies and boss fights than the last several action games combined, and features more stunning levels and environments than most national parks here on our beautiful planet Earth. With a title so hyped as this game will likely be the last game I ever pre-order if this thing ends up being a bust. I mean, the sheer disappointment alone, if that were to be the case, would have me outright eating my foot. But the way things are looking and sounding with the information we're about to go over, it sure looks like I'll be keeping my foot here, thankfully. Drop this video a fat like as we are about to save my foot and go over lots of hot new information happening with Black Myth Wukong. And for a game so beautiful and impressive as this, I've got a proposition that may live up to it, and that is my giveaway for the Black Myth Wukong Digital Deluxe Edition, where the winner will be able to own this edition of the game for the platform of their choice. All you gotta do is click the link in the description. It takes less than a minute of your time, so why not test your luck at your chance to play one of the biggest games of the year for free? The winner will be announced next Monday, August 19th, so for everyone who participated, check your emails. All details for the giveaway are linked in the description. Alright, Black Myth Wukong is an incredibly ambitious game, as developer Game Science attempts a photorealistic approach detailing the epic journey of the Monkey King in its adaptation of one of the most significant and influential novels to come out of East Asia, Journey to the West. With the incredible detail in the game's graphics and beautifully animated environments, characters, and bosses, the game no doubt demands systems with sufficient power to render these pixels in all their glory. And while the PC requirements have been known for some time now, PS5 players now have a glimpse at just how well this game may look and perform on that platform. According to insider Lunatic Ignus over on X, who has a near-perfect track record of accurate information pertaining to Black Myth Wukong, the title is said to be optimized quite well for the PS5, containing 2 play modes. These play modes being 1440p at 60 FPS and 2160p at 30 FPS. Just know that 2160p is indeed 4K, with a display resolution of 3840 by 2160 pixels, which is 4 times the resolution of 1080p displays. So for those looking to squeeze out a 4K resolution of Black Myth on the PS5, the frame rate will be set to 30 FPS, but a smoother 60 FPS is achieved with the 1440p output. Definitely some solid news for those planning to play on the PS5, as every single bit of gameplay that we've seen of the title so far has been from various PC builds of the game. It's nice to hear that console players are likely to have a great presentation here, but let me know in the comments which platform you intend to play the game on. Also, a reminder for PS5 players, Black Myth Wukong's physical edition will not include a game disc, with developer Game Science stating that they are exploring options to offer discs at some point in the future. Moving on, we recently got the full achievement list for Black Myth Wukong that just dropped, but don't worry, absolutely no spoilers here, as the achievement listing for this title is quite vague, with some achievements easy to infer based on their descriptions. As we reported in a previous video, it turns out the insider info was correct in suggesting that Black Myth would contain 81 achievements, as the game will indeed contain that amount. In a nod to Journey to the West, these 81 achievements are likely to represent the 81 tribulations the Monkey King faced on his way to the West to obtain the Buddha Sutras. For PS5 players, an 82nd achievement, or trophy, will be unlocked, representing that version's Platinum Trophy. In line with the title's source material in Journey to the West, the achievements in Black Myth contain a novelistic approach to them, with each achievement containing alliteration in their titles with often vague and cryptic descriptions to serve as indicators as to how to unlock them. While we won't go over absolutely all of them, let's take a look at a couple of them to give you an idea of what to expect here with this game's achievements, as some of them do allude to features we have not seen advertised for the game as much. Take for instance the achievement Creative Concoction, with its description, tonics are well and good, but not to be wolfed like food, indicating that a crafting system of some sort is likely to be in the game. Another one, The Stone's Secret, the odd boulder has something curious inside, suggests the many secrets that are said to be in the game, with Game Science telling journalists that there are many optional areas within the game that can be found by exploring off the beaten path, revealing a number of optional boss encounters, NPCs with side quests, and more. Switching directions, we have learned quite a bit about the Monkey King's transformations, and the achievement, Full of Forms, with its description, each guise grants a new horizon, alludes to the various forms Sun Wukong can take the appearance of, including a large number of boss and enemy characters, along with even taking the guise of a tree as shown from the recent trailer so as to camouflage Sun Wukong with his environment to appear undetected from a roaming boss. The achievement, Gourds Gathered, with the subtext, Rare is not the gourd, but the friend to drink with, suggests that this achievement will unlock after obtaining a sufficient amount of gourd upgrades. Black Myth's equivalent to Dark Souls' Estus Flask. Guardian of Gear, Hammer and Hu, and Handy and Hardy reflect equipping Sun Wukong with a full set of gear, along with upgraded weaponry, a mechanic that we have known for some time in Black Myth as part of the game's RPG system pertaining to weapon and gear upgrades. Other achievements like 1,000 Mile Quest with the subtext, oh whoa, long trails they did go, and The Cloud Claims, Wings Alone, pale beside his greater gift, are artistic passages that reflect core moments within Journey to the West, providing those familiar with the novel to have perhaps some understanding of what these descriptions entail, while generally being vague enough for most to have to consult a guide to unearth its cryptic requirements. It's a great list, and one that I recommend looking at, as this achievement list does a wonderfully artistic job at giving us some insight into the epic scope and vastness of Black Myth Wukong's contents, while also not outright spoiling what's to come. Even some of the achievement listings near the bottom of this list allude to numerous endings that can be found within the game, yet their descriptions don't outright tell you exactly how to unlock them. As someone who likes to go after the occasional platinum trophy or 100% of game's achievements, this is definitely something worthy of praise, so consult the link in the description to see the full list of the achievements if you desire. As the achievements have alluded, along with the behemoth of Black Myth Wukong's most recent trailer, this game is absolutely brimming with content. We've seen epic encounters with enemies and boss fights, both large and small, environments both intimate and expansive, and combat that is as extensive as it is intuitive and simple to grasp. And what is so fascinating about all this is that this may be Game Science's first attempt out of many at recreating some well-known and adored stories of Chinese mythology in video game form. In 2021, IGN China, in a discussion with developer Game Science, revealed that the studio is planning 3 Black Myth games, with each one drawing on different Chinese tales, with co-founder Feng Ji denoting Black Myth Wukong to be the first of these planned games. Around the time of that statement, Game Science filed the trademarks for 2 titles, likely to be the next 2 games the studio will work on after the development on Black Myth Wukong subsides, with these titles, according to Lunatic Ignus, being Black Myth Jiang Ziya, a game detailing the Chinese military general who helped overthrow the Shang dynasty in ancient China, and the other game being Black Myth Zhongkui, a title likely to star the Taoist deity of Chinese mythology of the same name, known to be the vanquisher of ghosts and evil beings. There is no doubt that Black Myth Wukong is going to be a smashing success commercially, with the title smashing records for Steam pre-orders months before the game was slated to release. And while game reviewers have yet to announce their verdicts on the title, there is no denying that Black Myth Wukong is going to be an incredibly successful title for this indie developer, and with that success, should hopefully kickstart their engines to follow through with these other titles they have planned further down the road. This is all incredibly exciting stuff, as Chinese mythology in games has largely been left underexplored. A studio with talent like Game Science will hopefully change this narrative around by sharing to the world more about the treasured stories and history of ancient Chinese mythology. So go ahead and share your thoughts in the comments below what you think of these 2 games, and which one you are more interested in seeing first. Lunatic Ignus also mentions that development on these 2 titles are likely to start after the DLC for Black Myth Wukong gets released, alluding to some potential that the game will receive DLC updates in the future. This DLC bit remains to be confirmed by Game Science, but again, this just comes to show just how big Black Myth Wukong is, containing more than 80 boss fights, more than 100 enemy types, multiple endings, and more. Black Myth Wukong certainly looks like it's the real deal, so let's hope this game delivers on the insane hype that it has generated, and hopefully we won't have to wait long until reviews come out for it. Speaking of reviews, when the achievement information dropped, some information has been making the rounds across the internet that reviews will go live sometime on Friday, August 16th, with the press having already received review copies, so stay tuned for some reviews for Black Myth Wukong coming out real soon. Remember to participate in my giveaway of the game if you're interested, and be sure to watch this video outlining every single thing you need to know about Black Myth Wukong, as this deep dive into its various systems will catch you all up to speed in time for the title's launch early next week. That's all I got for you. I'll be seeing you real soon in the next one.